Well, the Richmond Sheriff's Department has been in the news so many times over the last couple of months talking about lack of staffing, drug overdoses, inmate deaths. What, number one, what's going on? Number two, what will you do to make those things better?
Yeah, well, some of the problems, this is a totality of things. Some of the problems that we in the sheriff department is a culture. See, the sheriff department has created a culture of, I hate to say, a lack of caring
Mm.
in the leadership, how they treat their staff. You can't polygraph people to find out who's talking to the media. You can't do those type of things. You kill morale when you do that stuff. So the whole entire culture has to change. So some of the things that I'm gonna really focus on when I get there, I'm gonna change the look of the organization, change the color of the cars, the uniforms they wear, the hats they wear. I'm gonna change all of this, but I'm also gonna put a lot of things in place that the sheriff department has never had before. Partnership with the police department, giving the deputies an opportunity to work outside the jail and not just focus on being in the back of the jail. When you do those types of things, you give people more hope. You don't get them stagnated in one position, and it creates a morale booster. That's going to boost morale. That's going to have a hope. Now, of course, everybody wants money, but I will tell you, we have done study after study after study years back with the Richmond Police Department that I was part of, and we found that once the money is settled in, the morale goes back if you're still treating people the same way. So the money is not the key issue of trying to boost morale and build these things. It's the fairness, it's the treatment, it's the support that you give your staff. The drugs that's coming in, major problem. Some of the things that I want to put in place when I get in, one is going to be for the first time ever at the sheriff's department is an anonymous tip line. It can be called in by inmates or can be called in by somebody on staff, reporting things that they see that we can investigate to try to reduce that plague that they have down there. Another thing that I want to do is bring in a canine drug detection dogs. Now, a lot of people say, oh, we're going to be running behind people with dogs and all. Drug detection dogs, some of them you can pick up in your hand and rub them and pet them. So it's not going to be these big vicious dogs chasing behind people or anything, but they're going to be drug detection dogs. These dogs will be in place that you never know when you come to work if you got a package on you that dog gonna be sitting on that outer door waiting for you to come in. Too late to turn around in, you're gonna be searched. We catch you, you'll be on TV by the end of the day, I promise. Another thing that I want to do is I'm going to create, because what we're finding is that people are climbing on the roof. It's been in the news multiple times that we found ladders, people fishing, dropping drugs down. So what I want to do is use technology. And when I say technology, I'm talking about drones. You know, drones can be flown over top of the building. It can detect in the day and the night. It can see infrared. So when you got somebody coming up to your jail, you got that drone officer working that drone, detecting this intruder basically, or this trespasser. Then you got a response team that can respond to that person and place them on the arrest. So we're going to use technology as well as old school tactics to get the drug problem and correct it, basically. One of the things that I've always been big, even when I was there, is that I didn't tolerate bad deputies, bad officers, because they make all of us look bad.
And I guess another thing that, concerns me from the human standpoint and the nurse standpoint um, are the number of cases of inmate deaths in the jail.
You know, and it contributes back to, we talk about staffing. And I touched on staffing earlier. I think I did anyway. But if I didn't, staffing is a huge issue. But we keep talking about, I'm short, I'm short, I'm short, without giving solutions to why you're being short. And see, that's the problem that I see. It ain't about the staffing. Everybody has staffing. Now, nobody in the state of Virginia has the staffing numbers that we see here in the city of Richmond. You know, Chesterfield, last time I checked, might have been 30 or 40. Henrico might have been 30 or 40. Another one was 20, another jurisdiction. We're talking about 8 years later, we're close to 200 positions short.
Wow.
That's morale. That's management. That has nothing to do. So you can do small things to tweak the problems that we have in the jail, and you can fix them. I'll give you a quick example before we move on. Is when I first came in, something simple. When I first came in, deputies worked these crazy shifts, and they never had a weekend off. So all I did was make a simple schedule change. I went from 6 on, 6, 3 on, 6 on to all this crazy. And I just went to a 12-hour schedule. It gave them every other weekend off. We reduced our sick time, almost went non-existent, and we saved the departments, the taxpayers, $1.2 million that year, just with a simple change like that. So I'm gonna do the same thing with boosting morale and getting rid of the drugs in the jail, just simple things. And that's what's gonna fix that.
Thank you very much.